Hey guys, it's Wednesday, March 18th, and this is a special spring break edition of Vlog Club. Alright, so Joey and I have been driving around a lot because if you haven't noticed, he was actually up in Indiana last weekend and he was doing his vlog. And if you didn't notice, he was recording from my room last week. And so we drove from Indiana back to Tennessee so that I could hang out with him and some other friends in Tennessee. We were driving from Indiana to Tennessee and we actually stopped in Lawrenceburg because Joey ran out of gas because we were in a really deep conversation. Padiddle! No! We've been playing Padiddle a lot. Padiddle is a game where you point out cars with missing headlights. So we called 411. 411 was not very helpful to us. They actually did not want anyone to call them on Saturday, apparently. But we called him. I'm sorry, you guys were at work and we made you do work. So KDOT wasn't around and we couldn't get them to help us, so we had to get a highway patrol woman to come over, and she drove Joey to a gas station and he got 1 gallon of gas, and it didn't let the car start because there wasn't enough for the fuel injector to take, so he had to, he sat there trying to start the car for like half an hour, and the police woman was like, it's not the gas that's the problem, your fuel injector is vaporized. She never even looked to make sure that it was true. So she eventually left in like a steam of frustration, and we were stuck calling a tow truck to drive Joey up to the gas station to get more gas. Cost him 45 bucks to get 2 gallons of gas. The car actually started, and then he was having a lot of trouble driving to the gas station. The power steering wasn't working or something, so we got to the gas station, filled up on gas, and then Joey was like, oh, I left my phone at the tow truck. The tow truck had left, so we had to go back and meet the tow truck. We had so much trouble calling him. The tow truck guy actually didn't even speak English. He spoke Kentuckalese, which is a variation on English, but it's really just like... We eventually got in contact with him. He was like 15 miles the other way down the highway. So we started to go back down the highway to meet him, and the car overheated within like 2 miles. We pulled over to the side of the road, and I told him to turn the heater on, and the heater wasn't working. There was no hot air coming out. So the KDOT guy came over, and he was actually really friendly, and he helped us out, and he opened up the hood, and he noticed that the tensioner on the belt was actually completely broken off, and that's why the car wasn't working, because that belt controls like everything in the car. So we had to call the tow truck guy to actually tow us to an auto shop, but he didn't know any auto shops around, and we don't know why. Didn't know an auto shop to take us to, so I had to actually call my parents, and they found out auto shops in the Lawrenceburg area, and my parents were in Florida Googling it, and 411 wouldn't even help us. Why was no one helping us? So the tow truck guy drive us like the scenic route around Lawrenceburg because he wanted to rack up miles on us. Admittedly, we had given him a lot of trouble that day, but still it would have been nice to be friendly. We ended up just parking at a Ford dealership and decided we were going to wait till Monday, and that actually really sucked. Like, it felt like I was a homeless person. The Ford guys were like, so what are you here for? Our car broke down and we're like halfway between two places we go. We don't know anyone around here. Turns out that Donnie, the head mechanic for the Ford dealership, was actually there, and he was willing to help us out. They were going to charge us for emergency repairs for helping us, but that was okay because we really just wanted to get home. It was going to be like $300, which sucked, but you know, eating out for like every meal and staying at a hotel and like if we had to go, like, it would have cost a lot. And so Donnie fixed it within like an hour. He was amazing. And then he didn't even charge us for emergency things. So thank you, Donnie. Thank you, all the people at the Ford dealership. If you watch this, I'm sure you don't, but thank you. So we got on the road again, and I was like, hey Joey, look at my jaw. It's kind of hurts. Is there like a lump here that you feel? And he like, Padiddle! And Joey was like, no, I don't feel a lump there. There's nothing there. And I was like, but it hurts. We got dinner at this Mexican restaurant with one of Joey's friends who happened to live like 2 hours away from Lawrenceburg. So I went to the bathroom and I washed my hands and I found out that my face had like tripled in size, and I was like, this is not normal. So I looked at Joey and I was like, please tell me that the side of my face is 3 times the size it's supposed to be. And he looked at it and he was like, yeah, that's not normal. So we decided we were going to find a clinic to go to the next day. We made it back to Knoxville at about 1:30 in the morning, and Joey slept like a log, but I didn't sleep like a log because the side of my face hurt so much. With that, this is Steve, signing off.